Hi, I'm Tim Vasco. I am the founder and CEO of Blockcerts Blockchain. It's a digital ledger technology that will solve a lot of the problems we face today in digital identity and data. Blockchain's a word. What we're really talking about is data and digital identity. We're talking about what we do every single day with our devices. When we look at that phone or we type something in, where is that data going and what's the profile we're setting? So blockchain in and of itself is a new format or a fabric for the internet that allows us to get our data back and be more confident and secure in what's happening with that data. I think we all know about what data breaches and privacy laws and security are about now. There's been enough of that out there, such as Facebook and all these breaches that may take our credit or take our identity. So when you have a house, you have the keys to the house. When you have a car, you have the keys to the car. So far, what we've done with the internet and with data, it's like opening the door to your house and saying anybody can come in. The way blockchain is going to solve the problem, the way that we use this, is really through what's called a private-public key pair, where you hold the key to every bit of your data and your identity. Once you hold that key, you get to start making decisions instead of the people you're freely giving this data to making decisions for you. It allows us to connect data and it allows us to encrypt it using cryptography so that only the person with that private key can unlock that data and actually use it in a human readable form. So if you actually look at a blockchain, it's just a bunch of numbers and it's not usable. That's what creates this interesting ability for us to control our data. But when you and I share a key, we unlock it together, now we know we've shared something we can use and it's human readable or human usable. I think some of the most important use cases are in emerging industries. One of the ones we're working on, in fact, is in compliance, like cannabis. Cannabis is emerging everywhere in the world. It became legal in Canada, and I said to the Prime Minister, how are you going to make sure 12-year-olds aren't getting this? Anybody can go on a shopping cart, for example, and click, yes, I'm 18, and start looking at the products. But what if we lock that down and we know that you've got a valid ID, that you can actually even look at this product, much less purchase this product? So think about that in medicine. Think about that now in finance, or think about that with the kinds of things that we need to be secure about, even education. I don't think that it's any one industry that's going to be ripe for blockchain technology because, again, blockchain is a fabric. Blockchain is what's going to transform the actual internet and cloud computing in and of itself. What's fascinating to me, though, is what the future is going to look like. We want to make sure that the data we have is not only private, but it's accurate. So I think what's really important is when we think about things like artificial intelligence. Machines learn based on data. So if we don't have validated data, how can we teach a machine to learn the right thing? So I always like to say, let's make sure we have artificial intelligence instead of artificial ignorance. How do I know that that's truly a doctor giving me advice as opposed to a 15-year-old that did a Google search? So it's critical to look at what we're doing first with data, and data affects every business. It affects everything. And next, what are we going to do when we create artificial intelligence to automate or start directing us in our lives? This future is really about building a solid underpinning in how data is used and how machines will learn to help us, and then how we'll learn to interact with machines on a trusted basis. And once we can trust that, we'll have seen really the full potential of what this new fabric called blockchain is.